A World Cup knockout match. Belgium against Senegal. The tension already high. The stakes already massive. And then, suddenly, football stopped. In the 32nd minute, with Senegal leading Belgium 1-0, the referee had no choice. The whistle went, the game froze, and all eyes turned away from the ball. Because three pitch invaders had somehow made it past security and onto the field. Players stood still. Fans roared. Security sprinted. And for a few chaotic moments, one of the biggest matches of the World Cup turned into absolute pandemonium. Belgium's Maxim de Kuiper was standing over a dead ball, waiting to restart play. But instead of football, everyone inside the stadium was watching a chase unfold right in the middle of the pitch. This was Belgium versus Senegal, but suddenly, the biggest drama was not coming from the players. It was coming from the trespassers. The last 3-2 clash between Belgium and Senegal had already begun with serious intensity. Senegal, the beaten 2026 AFCON finalists, had taken control early. In the 24th minute, Habib Diarra fired the Lions of Teranga ahead, after Ismaïla Sarr's header inside the box came back off the post and dropped perfectly into his path. Diarra reacted quickly. Senegal led 1-0. Belgium were under pressure. But just 8 minutes later, the match was brought to a sudden halt. Multiple invaders made their way onto the pitch, forcing referee Saïd Martinez to stop play immediately. It happened in the 32nd minute, at a moment when Belgium were trying to respond and Senegal were protecting their lead. The interruption completely broke the rhythm of the game. De Kuiper waited patiently by the ball, as stewards and security raced across the grass. The players watched on, the crowd reacted, and the cameras caught the bizarre scenes as the invaders ran across the field. Security moved quickly, but it was not straightforward. One invader managed to evade a guard in dramatic fashion, leaving him on the ground as the chase continued. Another was eventually brought down. The others were also caught and escorted away. And when security finally got control, the players and fans appeared delighted to see the madness end. But the reaction online was immediate and brutal. World Cup viewers were stunned that three people had managed to get so close to the action in a knockout match of this size. One fan wrote on X that three pitch invaders was crazy. Another joked that the invaders had done more than Doku all game. Others were much more serious, questioning how the security breach had happened at a major tournament fixture in the United States. One viewer asked how they even got that close in such a big match, saying security clearly still had gaps to fix. And several fans pointed out just how risky it looked, with some commenting that running onto a pitch in America was an extremely dangerous decision. Then came another twist. One of the invaders appeared to be social media star Joshua Kravchenko. According to the report, he had posted a video of himself outside the stadium on Instagram just hours before kickoff. He had even shown off his match ticket on his story. That detail made the whole incident feel even more surreal. This was not just a random interruption. It looked like someone had arrived at a World Cup knockout match, documented the build-up, entered the stadium, and then ended up in the middle of the pitch while Belgium and Senegal were fighting for survival. For the players, it was an unwanted delay at a crucial stage of the game. For Senegal, it came while they were ahead and trying to protect their advantage. For Belgium, it came as they were attempting to regain control and find a way back into the match. And for security, it was an embarrassing moment on a global stage. The images told the story. Invaders running across the field, stewards chasing desperately, one trespasser being taken down, another being escorted away, and the match held up while everyone waited for order to return. The game did eventually continue. But the stoppage became one of the biggest talking points of the night, not because of a goal, a save, or a controversial refereeing decision, but because three people had managed to turn a World Cup knockout tie into chaos. And what made it even more dramatic was what happened later in the match. Belgium, trailing 1-0 when the pitch invasion happened, eventually fought back in a thriller. The Red Devils went on to win 3-2, with Yuri Tielemans scoring a last-gasp penalty to complete an epic comeback. So, by the end of the night, this match had everything. An early Senegal lead, a shocking pitch invasion, a security chase, online outrage, and then a dramatic Belgium comeback sealed at the death. Belgium versus Senegal was supposed to be remembered for football, and in the end, it was because Belgium's comeback was huge. But before the late drama, before the final whistle, before Tielemans' decisive penalty, the match had already produced one of the strangest moments of the World Cup. Three pitch invaders, a stunned stadium, security scrambling, players forced to wait. It was the kind of scene that nobody expected in a knockout match watched around the world. For Senegal, it was a painful night after taking the lead. For Belgium, it became a remarkable escape. And for World Cup organizers, it raised uncomfortable questions about security at the biggest football tournament on the planet. Because when the referee stops a match, not for a foul, not for VAR, not for an injury, but because trespassers are running across the pitch, the whole world notices. Belgium survived the chaos. Senegal were left heartbroken. And the World Cup had another unforgettable moment for all the wrong reasons.